Hi, I'm Kristyn, the dietitian. Today we're going to talk about picnics. It's summertime, which is the perfect season for picnics, although as I'm learning with some of the books I'll be highlighting today, you can picnic all year. There's different ways to enjoy it during different seasons. I'll start with summer, and I'm going to make a recipe from one of the books and also show you some of the things that I like to prepare for picnics with my children, or if I want something a little bit more intricate and special, a little bit more fancy, which can be a lot of fun as well. I'll show you some of those ideas too. So the first book I'm highlighting is A Year of Picnics by Ashley English. This book, I just love flipping through it, even just to look at the photography. Every photo makes every picnic in this book look so cozy. This book not only has picnics that are based on the seasons, but also different themes, which is a lot of fun. So for example, there's picnics themed after bird watching, table to farm, into the woods, children's picnic, waterside picnic, lunch break, afternoon tea, romantic picnic, movie night picnic. There's a lot of different picnic themes that you can choose from. I'm going to put a link for this book below in the description box in case you're interested in checking it out. The other picnic book I found that I'm really enjoying is The Art of Picnics by Alanna O'Neill. This book also has seasonal outdoor entertaining. A lot of the recipes are recipes I would love to try myself, and the one I'm going to be cooking today is the oatmeal date bars. These go great as picnic food, but they're also really great just for an everyday snack. So I'm going to start with that recipe, and I'm also going to highlight some other foods that I like to prepare for picnics. I'm also going to put a link to this book in the description box below in case you are also interested in purchasing this book. So I have my glass baking dish with a little bit of avocado oil spray coating it. I'm going to go ahead and get my dates. I need about 5 dates that I'm going to pit and chop and then put into my saucepan. A great way to add natural sweetness to your diet along with fiber. So 2 dates alone provide 3 grams of fiber. Just know that 2 dates do have 25 grams of sugar. That's almost 2 servings of carbohydrate if we're doing carb counting. I do need to add 1 cup of water, and I'm going to turn the heat on to low. And now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of honey. Now I'm adding a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So I'm going to bring this to a boil. It will cook for about 5 minutes, then I'll lower the heat and cook for additional 10 minutes until it's thickened. While my date and honey mixture boils, I'm gonna go ahead and start the ingredients for the crust. So I'm going to add 1.5 cups of flour to my bowl. I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt to my flour. And now I'm adding an additional 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So this is reminding me a lot of a crumble. I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And next I'm going to chop up some pecans and put about 1/2 cup in this mixture. Give this a stir. I'm also going to add a cup of old-fashioned oats to my flour mixture. I'm going to add in the melted butter. This does look like a delicious crumb topping. For the recipe, I'm going to be setting 1 cup of the crumble aside, which will go on top at the end. So I have my baking dish and I'm going to pour the crumb mixture in the bottom here. So this is more like a crust. And press it down. That looks so good. Okay, so now I'm going to pour this on top of my crust. I didn't stir in the lemon zest, but I'm going to zest it straight on top of this mixture. The lemon smells so bright and fresh. And now I'm going to put the rest of my crust on top. Just sprinkle it on and then we can bake. I'm just going to try and do this as evenly as I can. And it will bake for 45 minutes in the oven, and once it's cooled, we will enjoy this. Okay, my oatmeal date bars are done. They've been cooling off. I'm going to show you. Here's what they look like. So now I'm going to go ahead and dig in and see how this tastes. The first flavor that really hits me is the lemon. I put a good amount of lemon zest in here and it's really good. This is a great summer flavor. I also love the texture. It's also pretty sweet. I wouldn't say it's over sweet though. I can taste the brown sugar as well. It reminds me a little bit of a blondie bar, but I also like that you can taste the oats. This will go great with our picnics this summer. Now that my oatmeal date bars are done, I'm going to show you some other things that would be fun to pack for a picnic, something a little bit more fancy. To start out, I'm going to take a baguette and slice it a little bit crosswise. This bread is a little bit dry, so it's perfect for toasting. You can also use fresh, of course. And you can choose whole grain if you prefer. This is what I happen to have on hand. Okay, and I'm going to just brush a little bit of the extra virgin olive oil on top. If you wanted to, you could even grill these on the grill to get some beautiful lines on your toast. Now we can line these up on the pan and bake them. One of the reasons I like to make toast is because you can do both savory and sweet. So there's a lot of different options, both savory and sweet. You can put a soft cheese spread on there. I have goat cheese today, which is a little bit briny. If you like a more mild cheese, you could always go with ricotta. These are both great options, or any spreadable cheese that you really like. I'm going to be doing some of each, some sweet, some salty or savory. So with this batch, I'm going to add garlic powder and just a little bit of kosher salt. I'm gonna get this in the oven to toast, and then I can start assembling my sweet toast. First, let's get that goat cheese on these toasts. Now that I have those, let's make 3 different piles of toast. So first I'm going to add some lemon zest to a couple of these. This brings some beautiful color and brightness and a summery zest to this. The other sweet option I want to show you is to add honeycomb. So you can eat the wax in the honeycomb, and a little bit goes a long way. So this can be fun to work with, also a little messy. Another fun way to present this is to put the honeycomb on a plate and let people cut off how much honey they'd like on their toast. Okay, and then for the third sweet option, I want to go ahead and put some very thin slices of nectarine. You could also do peach. And just put it right on top. And then we can even cut these in half so that we can make a layered look. Alright, so here's my sweet options. I have the lemon zest, honeycomb, and nectarine all on toasted bread with goat cheese. Alright, for my savory toast, I'm going to take a radish and slice it very thin. Radish can be peppery and a little bit spicy, so thin slices work great with this. These add a wonderful color to your toast. Okay, and I also have some prosciutto. If you're not familiar with prosciutto, it's a salted ham that's dry cured. This always looks great laid out on a charcuterie board. So again, if that's how you want to present your toast, you can always do that. And the last savory option is I'm going to get some dill from my garden and put that on top of the goat cheese. I'm going to clip some dill. You can see I have a mini herb garden here with basil, cilantro, and dill. Basil would be another great herb to put on those toasts. I have some dill clipped, and I'm going to go put those on. Alright, so let's see how these end up looking. I'm going to layer some of these toppings on these toasts, just a couple for each so you can see how they look. With the prosciutto, I'm just going to make these a little bit smaller. I like to remove some of that extra fat on there. You can also kind of ribbon it and fold it over so that you get a little bit more in each piece. And then lastly, I'm going to put some dill on my other toast. This looks beautiful, and now is a great time to eat. I hope you enjoyed today's video about picnics. I just really want to encourage you, if it's been a while since you've had a picnic outside, now is a perfect time to get back into it. And don't feel it has to be fancy. It is fun to romanticize picnics. Dress up in a flowy dress, wear a picnic hat, take time to really make some special treats, some special foods. That can be a ton of fun. But don't let that stop you from doing a simple picnic. I do lots of simple picnics with my children. We pack regular sandwiches, chips, fruit, veggies that are easy to go, that are easy to make on the go. And we have so much fun just either going in our backyard. Sometimes we like to go in the play set in our backyard. This would be great fun in a tree house. Also love to go to local forest preserves by the river, have picnics there. There's so many different places you can go, and now that I've read these books, I'm really looking forward to picnicking different seasons too. Traditionally, I've only picnicked in the summer, but I'm looking forward to trying some warming recipes during the fall and winter. My poor chickens are so jealous they can't come join the picnic because they would definitely steal all of the food.